ladies, y'all, not all of y'all, but you guys wanted this whole, oh, leave us alone, you guys are perverts, you guys are weirdos, like, we hate men thing. You guys are on this bandwagon to, like, you hate men. What is the goal of this? What is the point of this? Because you know what you guys are doing? You're ruining it for the women who do want to be approached. You're ruining it for the women who are shy and do want that guy to come up to them. Does that make sense? And you also are ruining it for the guys who are great guys, have great intentions. Maybe they're just nervous when they come up to you, so they're shy and like anxious, and you take that as them being a pervert or a weirdo. Where does this lead up to?
I'll tell you where it leads up to. It leads up to the men walking away and saying, no thank you, I'm not dealing with this anymore. Okay, if the ladies want men out of society, they don't want to have relationships, right? I don't need no man, men are trash, all this kind of stuff. Hey, that's totally fine. But the consequence of that is, men are going to walk away. Because why the hell would men stay in situations like this? You've got to ask yourself, guys, it's like these girls who get to 30, 40, 50, they're looking for a real man to come down and lock them down and, get them out of the situation they've got themselves into. What's in it for the men? This question of what do you bring to the table, ladies, it's a very true question. It's a good question to be asking. Because what do the men get out of it? You can get married, you can have long-term relationships, but I mean, there's a good chance you lose half your crap. There's a good chance you lose any kids you have together. Some men are saying, well, what's the point? Hell, even if I approach a girl and I make all of this stuff happen, it's not as if she's gonna treat me well, because she always feels as though she's entitled to a better guy, a quote-unquote better guy. Right? Like, you get these girls who, they'll go out and they'll have their fun in their 20s with Chad, and so for the rest of their life, they'll still think that they're entitled to a guy who earns 6 figures and is 6 foot, despite the fact that they could never lock him down anyway. But that's enough of a rant there, gentlemen. What is going on? It is Taylor the Fiend back again with another response video. And on today's show, guys, we're going to be breaking down this video together, having a look at a few bits and pieces. So as we go through, feel free to leave your comments and thoughts. And as well, guys, just a quick announcement. The links to the locals and the Discord are both in the description, gentlemen, so feel free to come and join those. If anything happens to the channel, because as we all know, the YouTube overlords don't particularly like us over here, feel free to come and join both of those. They're totally free, and you will be notified if anything happens to the channel. But guys, we're just going to jump straight back into it over here and see what else she has to say.
Like, I honestly want to know what the whole point of this is, because at this point, it's going to come to nobody wants to come up to you, nobody's going to talk to you, nobody's going to try with you, and
yeah, because here's the thing. Why would men try when, one, their efforts are not appreciated anyway? Like, let me give you guys an example. If you go up to a girl and you say, oh, she's beautiful and stuff like this, I mean, hey, it can work if you're a good-looking guy. But for the most part, she's just going to interpret you as a weird, creepy guy. Okay, she gets those messages every day. She gets the hey beautiful every day. She gets the validation, the attention every damn day. So you as a guy, you want to go up and you want to be nice and you want to quote unquote try and get her to like you and all this kind of stuff. It's just not going to happen. This whole trying to get girls to like you, man, we ain't trying. There is no trying. If a girl likes you, she likes you. We're not doing convincing. We're not doing these dates. Okay, and the reason we're not doing the dates is because chances are, if you're trying to go on a date with a girl, just understand that there has been a man before you, in all likelihood, that has not had to, go $100 for a nice dinner date to have fun with her. Okay, and what's going to happen is, even if you get into a relationship with her, she's still going to be thinking about that guy who didn't have to do a damn thing. Okay, but let's continue.
Everybody's going to be thinking, damn, he's not interested in me. So ladies, you guys wanted men to back down from it, so are you guys going to step up to the plate? Are you?
Of course not. You think that girls are going to approach guys and make things happen? No. As men, it is, it's us that has to make things happen. You'll get all these ladies, man, they'll be crying. They'll be crying so damn hard about the fact that no men are approaching me. And because the question is, why would they? Okay, a lot of men are realizing as well, hey, if you're a guy who's gone through divorce or a long-term relationship, you might have really woken up to the fact by now that relationships and marriage, they don't really work the way that you thought that they did. You see, guys, over here, I'm just going to say what I believe here, okay? I do not believe that long-term relationships benefit men. I really don't. Particularly if you're a guy and you don't have much experience in dating, they just do not benefit men. Relationships are literally like a minefield. I don't know what other way to put it. There's all sorts of traps and pitfalls and stuff like that. And that's not me trying to discourage you from, if you guys want to go out there and you want to do your own thing, I don't particularly care. Like, it's up to you. It's your decision. But just know there are a bunch of dangers associated with that. Okay, there are legal ones. For example, accusations have actually turned into the fact that we've gotten to the point in society where people can make accusations about you, and even if they're not true, the accusation does enough damn damage to you. You get what I'm saying here? So just understand that relationships in general, marriage, they're all a risk, guys. It's a huge risk, and it's not a risk for them. It's not a risk for the girls who get into marriage, right? It's a risk for men. And you know, if a girl's richer than you, okay, maybe she's up for payments and all that kind of crap. Maybe she is, but women do not date men who are poorer than them and go into marriage. At least, like, I would encourage you to look into hypergamy if you haven't already, gentlemen. But women are not interested in men who earn less than them typically. That's just not the way it works. So, if you think that ladies are the one out here suffering as a result of marriage, no.
You guys gonna start asking guys out? No. Are you guys gonna start going up to dudes and saying, hey, you know, let me take you out to dinner? How about you come over to my place at 8 o'clock and I'll have dinner made for you? What's your favorite food to eat? I'll make it for you.
Holy moly. In 2021, if you're a man and you're doing this, I would encourage you to stop. Okay, this whole thing of what's your favorite food, I'll cook it for you. Right, I'll quickly say this. I've got no problems with leading, okay? Like, or you know, making decisions and stuff like this, but trying to win over a girl by saying, oh, hey, I'll make you, what kind of food do you like? I'll make you the food that you like. This whole thing of trying to, like, please people, trying to make them like you, it's just a complete and utter waste of your time. And most men realize this way too damn late. They get to older ages and they think to themselves, well, what was all that trying to make people like me? What was it good for? You know, if a girl likes you, she likes you. No, there's no need to be doing all of this impressing or trying to... Guys, if someone does not want to be in your life, don't force them to be there. Just let them go. Who the hell cares? You know what I'm saying? It's like, why would you waste your energy, your time, your resources trying to keep someone around who has no interest in being there anyway? This is why, like, respect is something that is so important, because you get all these gentlemen in relationships putting up with crap, putting up with behavior that they have no business putting up with. Absolutely none. It's not that hard to not be disrespectful, and yet you get all these ladies in relationships with Instagram pages that, let's be honest, are dating profiles. Okay, but enough waffling. In the words of Mr. Fish, let's continue.
I highly doubt that's gonna happen, but my whole point of this is I'm not understanding the whole I hate men movement, because in the end, what does this do for us? Especially, like, if you have kids and you have sons, you're teaching your sons to hate men because you hate men?
Oh, here's the really insidious part about that, okay? It is common practice in the court of law to say that the man has done things or is likely to do things that are not in the best interests of the child. Let me put it to you this way. When people go to court over custody of children, you will often see false accusations by the women in order to keep the child. And I wish I was lying about that, guys. Like, I really wish I was, but I'm just not. Okay, so what's happening is the women oftentimes just want the kid all to themselves. Okay, so you would think, we've been told by society, you know, men are these guys that don't care about their children. They're just deadbeat dads. Men are just pigs. They're not interested in raising a family and stuff like that, and that's why he's not here. No, the interesting part is a lot of men are not in their kids' lives because they're legally not allowed to be there. Okay, and if you're either a kid realizing this now, maybe you've grown up and you're watching this video, there's a good chance that that's happened to you. Okay, if you've been raised by a single mother or something like that, there's a good chance that your father's been pushed out of the picture by your mother. That's one way. And also, you could have been the dad in the situation that's been pushed out of the picture. But I'm so sick of hearing this thing that men don't want anything to have to do with their families and stuff like that, because it's just blatantly untrue. And, you know, you would think that, okay, well, if they're saying that the men are all of these terrible things, well, surely the women care about their kid. Okay, let me ask you this. If they cared so much about the child, why did they not secure the father to be there? Like, where's the dad? Okay, where is the father? Because now the kid's going to grow up without a masculine leader. Okay, and I don't care if you go try and source a stepdad, you know, to take his house, or you take the original guy's house. I don't care how you do it. The fact of the matter is the father is not in the picture. Okay, and that's a huge detriment to the kid's life. But anyway, enough rambling. Let's continue.
I don't get that. Like, can somebody like explain this to me? Because I really don't get how this is all working out in anybody's favor. Because I feel bad for all the good guys that are out there, and then I feel bad for the women who are very shy and want a guy to approach them, but now there's guys not approaching them because of...
Oh, don't feel bad for the good men. The good men are looking at this like, wow, I just dodged a bullet. There's no need to feel bad for the good men. Okay? Because the men who come across this sort of stuff and understand what's going on, most of them, yeah, you know, the loss of a long-term relationship or the fact that marriage is a complete and utter lie, that kind of stuff really stings. Okay, but there's liberation in that, realizing, hey, I've actually got some degree of control over my life now. But anyway.
Of women who have ruined this whole little thing.
And those were some fair points that she made, okay, guys? Nobody really wins at the end of the day. These girls who want men out of their lives, that's totally fine. But they have their reckoning when they hit 40 and 50, and they need a man, and they're out here struggling. Okay? Men, we kind of get the option, you know, when we learn about this stuff, it's like, okay, it's real painful, right? It's a bit hard to believe, makes men a bit angry. But for the most part, you realize, okay, well, there's not a lot I can do about it. I'm just going to go focus on my hobbies now. And men turn out better for it. You know, they start hitting the gym, they work harder, they get their money up. And if you don't need to have a wife or something like that, you're not having a long-term relationship and all that kind of stuff, your life typically turns out a lot better. You'll frequently see guys in this comment section, gentlemen, saying, okay, well, you know, since we got divorced, or since I'm not focusing so much on dating anymore, I've doubled my income. You know, it's like the men aren't really the ones losing, it's the ladies losing. They don't get access to marriage anymore. They've literally freed themselves of marriage, and marriage is an insurance policy for them. So, but anyway, this video is basically says, when you're with your sugar daddy and you see your man with another girl.
When you're with your sugar daddy and you see your man with another girl.
I'm gonna be.
Huh?
I'm hungry. Let's get something to eat.
Okay, yeah, I'll find us a place to go.
Sure.
What?
That hot girl over there with that guy.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to meet her.
Oh, look how gorgeous she is.
Yeah,
what a lucky
she's
guy.
really hot.
You know, the funny part about this is we know it's a skit, right? Like, it's just a little comedy bit, but it's got some truth to it. Okay, I've said on this channel before, women have different relationships for different reasons. Okay, so what'll happen is, I'll just quickly run through this, okay? Girls will have relationships with men. You'll have multiple kind of tiers of relationships. They'll have the guys that are around them and they'll talk to them just so that they can get free attention, free validation and stuff like that. That's the first kind of guy, and you know, typically she'll never meet up with him and she'll say, oh, I'm busy, or she'll cancel plans like an hour late because she never had any intention of going. But she'll use kind of the orbiters for attention, for validation, for stuff like that, for social media likes and whatever the case may be. And then the step up you got from that is girls will have another type of relationship with dudes where they're either using him for money, or he's like a nice social asset to bring out to an event because he looks good, but she's not fully into him, right? So she'll have like the social asset kind of guys. And then above that, she'll have the guys who she's actually kind of interested in, who she'll be seeing at 2 a.m. on a Wednesday. But what'll happen is you'll get all of these guys, excuse me, who think that the girl actually likes them or will give them a chance in the future, so they're trying to prove themselves, but all she's doing is just using them for attention. That's all it is. Like, most girls' inboxes are not empty, gentlemen. Like, you as a man, you can be alone, and when you say you're alone, you really mean it. Girls aren't really alone, okay? They've always got a shoulder to cry on, something like that. So don't go out here feeling sorry for these girls who can't find relationships. It really is all their own doing.
Done?
Done?
No. I was saying let's go back to your place, have a little fun.
That's a great idea. Let's do it.
But first, can we go shopping?
Of course.
That credit card. Can I have that one? The one with no limit.
Oh, sure. Here you go.
You're the best.
Yeah, and I wish that wasn't really... I wish that was a skit that just wasn't the truth. But there are a lot of relationships like that at the moment. But anyway.
My man don't ever have to worry about reading the bill. Because I read it to him. Babe, it's 9130.
Yeah, laugh it up, pay the bill, right? It's like, why? You know, it's like the fact that she records that for a TikTok as well. It's like most men. Here's the thing about dates and stuff like that. If you were to go to a man and say, men don't really have issues paying for dates and stuff like that if the girl is worth it. You know, it's not as if men don't want to do these things, go out and have nice experiences with girls and show them a good time. But the question becomes, why would you do that for the majority of girls? Why would you do that for a girl who, like I said, is going out having fun at 2 a.m. on a Wednesday? Like, why the hell would you be paying bills for someone like that? Okay, and that's kind of what the question becomes. Like, it's not as if men are out here just being evil, like, oh yeah, I'm going to withdraw my commitment just because I'm a mean, evil guy. Guys like to have these experiences too. You know, it's not as if men are necessarily opposed to romance and showing a girl a good time. But the question is just, why the hell would they do that if they're not appreciated for it? And I already know I got the guys in the comments saying, Taylor, I'm not interested in romancing a girl. That's totally fine. But there are guys who would do that sort of thing. And they kind of feel the loss of like, oh, well, I can't really do that now because even if I do, I'm not appreciated for it. But let's keep going.
Good.
Hey, finish it up actually
Finish
for
it
me.
up?
Yeah, finish cooking it up.
What
I
do I
gotta go
do?
change it. Salt the chicken.
What does
Make
salt the
sure-
chicken mean?
Hey, Francisco, put salt on the chicken.
Where's the salt?
It's right there, that pink salt.
What kind of white is this? What happened to the little yellow lady with the umbrella?
Shut the up. Put the salt on the chicken. Make sure that it's cooked all the way through.
How do I know it's cooked all the way through?
What the are you serious? You don't know how to cook.
I don't know about you, gentlemen, and we know this is again a comedy skit, a little bit that they're having a laugh at. But the truth remains that we've got all these men out here in relationships putting up with this kind of nagging, putting up with this kind of disrespect. I just don't understand it. Like, if you guys are in a relationship with someone and they treat you like that, it's just constant nagging, trying to get you to do chores and stuff like that. Please just leave. Okay, I get that maybe you can't do it if you got kids or something in the picture, but do your best to leave. Okay, it's not in men's best interest to be putting up with this disrespect. This is gonna kind of sound messed up to say, but I would much rather you be alone, you be by yourself, than be putting up with situations where the girl's just nagging you and annoying you all day and decreasing your quality of life. And that's where a lot of men are right now, because they think, okay, well, I don't want to lose her because I don't want to be alone. Let me tell you, it is a far better choice to be alone, to be able to choose what you want to do and stuff like that, than to put up with crappy behavior like this. And as you continue to grow, if you want to go to the gym, get your money up and stuff like this, you don't. It's not like you have to be in committed relationships. You think that these ladies are running out here at the moment in committed relationships? A lot of them are seeing, like, I'm being generous here, but three guys a week or whatever the case may be. It's not as if you're really missing out.
Cook chicken?
No, I don't know how to cook chicken, Kina.
You always like my mama this, my mama that. She never teach you how to cook chicken?
No.
And why?
Because she told me to marry someone that knows how to cook, Kina.
Motherfucker. What happens if I'm not around?
Well, then I'll go find somebody else that knows how to cook.
I like that answer. I really do like that answer. Okay, and the funny part is, girls who are in relationships, they don't want to be in a relationship with a man who can't replace them. You'll get a girl saying, oh, all I want is loyalty. I just want a man who's going to be by my side and treat me the way that I deserve to be treated, and all this kind of crap. And what they do is, after saying all of that, they go out and choose the men that can easily replace them. You ever notice how women are not really with men who can't replace them? And if they are, the dynamic is just really awful. Like, if you as a man can't afford to replace the girl that you're with, please believe that the behavior progressively over time is going to get worse and worse. Because women want to know that you actually have options and that you will walk away from situations that do not benefit you. This is something interesting to note about love, guys, is like, girls love opportunistically. Men and women do not love the same way. Okay, we really don't. See, we as guys, we think love is about loyalty, showing the person we care, always being there for them, till death do us part type business. Okay, that's how we as men generally interpret love. It's about loyalty mainly. Girls interpret love as, it can change from moment to moment. One day she can love you, the next day she doesn't. It's dependent on what you're providing at the time. Now, whether that be money, whether that be emotions, whatever the case may be, a bunch of different things. But it's about what you provide, and it changes from moment to moment. This is why on this channel, I encourage you guys, hey, if a girl's not loving you, till the end of days or whatever the case may be, there is no reason for you to be unconditionally loving her either. Okay, if she's not bringing what you want to the table either, you are totally entitled to leave. I know that maybe you've been told by society your entire damn life, real men stick around with girls who treat them like crap. Not in those exact words, but that's definitely the message that's being pushed. Let me be the one to tell you guys, you do not have to be putting up with situations that you don't want to be putting up with. And in fact, I would encourage you not to be, because if you're in a situation and you're putting up with this kind of stuff, the woman is going to respect you less. She's going to respect you less because she knows, hey, a real man wouldn't put up with my crap right now. And I'll keep going with the video in a second, but it's really funny. Like, girls will literally just do crap, annoying stuff, and try and get men to do stuff just to see if they'll emotionally react, or just to see if they'll do what they want you to do. It has nothing to do with the problem she's actually bringing up. It has nothing to do with the task she's trying to get you to do. She's just trying to see if she can get you to do the task or emotionally react. It's super funny how it works.
Stupid. Well, you ain't good for shit. Swear to God. I swear to cook that f***ing chicken and
I'm
shut
good
up.
for a lot of other things. I just don't know how to f***ing cook. Doesn't mean you gotta get mad at me because I don't know how to
Cook. You don't know how to do shit.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, and see, this is, again, we understand that this is a comedy skit, but this is not how you... If a girl is talking to you like this, you don't engage back with the conversation and try and logically say, oh, yeah, well, yeah, I do this stuff. Yeah, I'm a good cook. Or you don't sit down and you don't. This is what I'm talking about with the arguments. Let's just say this was a real argument. Don't do what he is doing right here. We're not sitting down trying to convince. The best way to convince people, guys, is like, men don't really have a lot of tools in your toolkit. You see what I'm saying? If you as a man, you want to sit down, you want to try and hash this stuff out and talk about it, it's generally not going to work in your favor. You don't want to know what works in your favor, guys? Walking away. Actually having self-respect and saying, you know what, this argument is stupid as hell. I can't be bothered with it. I'm going to do something better with my time. In fact, I might replace her because this argument is a complete and utter waste of my damn time. It's like, men, we think that we need to, we've been trained, oh yeah, if you're a real man, you fight for the relationship. You fight for the relationship. You try and hold it together. Guys, we're not trying to hold stuff together. If it holds together, it holds together. It's not my responsibility to try and hold crap together. I hope I'm making sense there, guys, but we've just got too many gentlemen in relationships thinking that they have to have the whole burden of making things right. No.
My husband requested hot dogs for dinner, so he's getting carrots. Season and cook your carrots. Mustard and ketchup. A delicious vegan hot dog.
Yeah, no thank you. This says, when women find out that I was the only one liable to pay alimony in my divorce. Many of them get upset and say it's unfair that I, as the woman, was on the hook for it. Interesting. Then I have to remind them that this is exactly what women have been fighting for, because that's true equality. I mean, you can say this message, but the ladies, they don't want to hear it, you know?
Hey, my little tater tot. I thought your comment was cute, so I thought I'd reply to it. Thank you. Well, let me tell you about my 5'1" husband. Let me tell you why I love him so much. I was married before and had 4 babies, right? And then we later divorced. And I was so heartbroken, I thought to myself, Lord, who's ever going to love me with 4 kids? Nobody's going to want me.
And, gentlemen, this is my second take of the video. So, like, if you're thinking to yourself, I hope this video doesn't go in that direction, spoiler, it's going in that direction.
Because that's what my first husband used to tell me all the time. If I ever left, nobody'd want me with 4 kids. You know, so I was just broken and just so troubled. And then this man just pops in my life when I least expected it. I wasn't even looking for anybody. He certainly wasn't my type, but there was just something I seen in his eyes that night, and I knew I was going to love him. And
Yeah. Oh, it's so gross. You see, this is what I was talking about earlier, guys. Girls love opportunistically. Okay? Oh yeah, I'm gonna love a guy. Like, it's opportunistic loving. That's what it is.
Although I'm not allowed to wear my heels on Saturday night and when we go to date night because he don't like for me to be that much taller than him, that's all right. But he's one of the hardest working mans I've ever seen in my entire life, and he loves my 4 babies like they're his own, and I'm so grateful for it. But you can be a small package, but you can love tall.
That is very interesting, isn't it, guys? That is that's really sad. Okay, we're going to leave today's video there, gentlemen. I actually might use this clip as the beginning to next video because we have a lot to unpack there. As always, gentlemen, make sure you leave your comments, your thoughts, your experiences and stuff like that. And just to quickly rehash the announcement, make sure you're in the Discord and locals, guys. Both of those are totally free to join. And so I look forward to seeing you both, you over there, excuse me. But we're going to call it there. As always, guys, take care of yourselves. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.